call.
Good afternoon.
Importante na i-video.
I want to verify your thoughts and ideas about the So this talk is by John. No one is under. So who among you have has their thoughts and ideas about sharing? Sige, please ka po. Ayan po. Para mas malam.
Okay. No one is an island. That means that we cannot live without
Magkabo, ako share.
management of the process of management. Our going to do things you cannot do it on your own. Other things that you cannot perform or you cannot do with others to do it.
Okay, so other answers are for it, no? So when we say no one is an island, so this context that no one is self-sufficient. So everyone relies on others in some extent. No? So for example, especially gay people, so we cannot live in isolation, di ba? So we cannot live in isolation. So we need them, we need others, we need other people in order for us to live. So for example, we students, di ba? So here in school, we cannot learn in our own. That's why we have teachers who teaches us. And then, in our livelihood, in our sa mga financial problems, di ba, we cannot make our own money. That's why there is companies that operates by the bosses, by the managers. In order for us to get a job and earn money to sustain our daily needs. Even in businesses po, di ba? So, in order for us to sell our products, we need customers, we need other people to buy from our products. So this is how important collaboration and cooperation is. Diba? So isang na ako, John Julie.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about cooperative learning. So what is cooperative learning in the classroom settings? So kaya cooperative learning sa implement yun o sa pag-implement din sa classroom. So when we say classroom learning, the classroom environment it is a teaching strategy where diverse students with different abilities are arranged into groups functioning accordingly. So kini cooperative learning in the classroom environment is it is a teaching strategy or it is a teaching method uses by many teachers in the Western teaching strategy. So it is where the teachers arrange the students into groups. So, kapag tayo itong yata sa itong activities sa pag-interview tawag sa itong learning. So sa itong mag-interview tayo is may group yan siya. So those are examples of cooperative learning. Now, can you read this? Yeah.
Calvin and Johnson and the foundation of cooperative learning. They propose that there are two important components of all cooperative methods: cooperative task, cooperative incentive, and structure.
Mrs. David of Johnson and Johnson, they propose that there are two important components of all cooperative methods. So the first one is the cooperative task and the cooperative incentive structure. So when we say cooperative task is these are the activities where two or more students these are the activities where two or more students are working together as a group. So that is cooperative tasks. So can you give some examples ng mga cooperative tasks? Some examples ng activities.
Role playing.
So one example is sa cooperative tasks is ito sa atong senior high which is na sa research data. That is one example of cooperative tasks. And then, the second one is the cooperative listening structure. So what do you mean by the word listening?
Bulusis.
Oh, something like that. Nakagamay. When we say incentive is, these are the things that make the students, these are the things that motivates the students to do their best. So, it's something like mga rewards or mga benefits nila ng iba. So when we say cooperative incentive structure is, it is a system where benefits and it is a system where benefits and rewards are based from the group performance rather than individual performance. So, abro naman tayo ba nga pag anti-group activities, kung anti-group activities is ang grading system, pag-grado sa ako ba, kanang grado is mo nang isinti ko kung madapat. May reward ka kung madapat sa ako ang activities. So, pag natay kining may group activities is ang grading system mapag-grado sa ako is hindi tayo mag-based sa ako ang individual performance. Mag-based na siya kung sila ang performance as a group. So, that is for practice in structure. No? It is based on the rewards and the benefits are based from the group performance rather than individual performance. So, the study of Johnson and Johnson, gaya din yung before, presented the 5 basic elements of small group were to be considered as cooperative ones. So, in order for a group to be considered as a cooperative one, so, yung sa cooperative one, na mga grupo kapag na teamwork o na collaboration, that is called cooperative one. So, in order for a group to be considered as a cooperative one, so the study of Johnson and Johnson presented the 5 basic elements. So, the first is, there must be positive influence. So, it means that in order for a group to be considered as a cooperative one, dapat each group members rely on each other in a way that everyone to succeed. Diba? Dapat in order for a group to succeed, dapat ang each members na sila in cooperation and contribute sa kada grupo. And then second one is, there must be an ongoing direct interaction and which students help one another. So in a group, so it's pag tayo mga group activities is, hindi lang kaya isa nagsulat. So, dapat na yung ongoing discussion nila ang may tabo during the activity. So, with that is, makontrol o mamonitor sa mga teachers kung saan progress bitaw sa academy. So, dapat na ongoing discussion bitaw o dapat na interaction na may tabo sa kada grupo. Kaya, third is, there must be individual accountability. So, what do I mean by the word accountability?
What?
Accountability. Kanang accountability is, kanang bitaw, kung sa task ka sa imo ay mo bitaw buhaton. Kanang being responsible ba? That is accountability. So, in order for a group to be considered as cooperative one is dapat, there must be an individual accountability. Dapat each group member is accountable sila bitaw. Dapat kung sa task na ginagawa sa ilang leader, sila na buhaton. And then, the learners must use appropriate interpersonal skills. So, kung saan din yung interpersonal skills? Everyone? Interpersonal skills. So, when we say interpersonal skills is, these are the skills we use to interact and communicate with other people. Kanabitaw, communication skills na to. So, dapat ma-learn sa mga bata kung saan appropriate paggamit sa mga interpersonal skills. So, saan din dapat paggamit? So, in what way magamit ang interpersonal skills in a right way? So, simple lang kita ang tubagan na. So, dapat ang matag isa, even especially the leaders, dapat na-respect bitaw. Dapat na-respect bitaw sa matag isa sa kada grupo. So, in that way, ma-develop diya ang kaning active listening o for leadership. So, sa active listening is, ang kada grupo is ma-open-minded bitaw siya sa mga ideas bitaw, mga thoughts na i-share sa kada group sa ilang mga members. So, dapat inyo na i-collect, and then inyong i-brainstorm. And then sa goal leadership po is, so kining word ka leadership is dili lang din siya anchor sa ka-leader. So, everyone can be a leader, di ba? Everyone can be a leader. So, imo lang buhaton ang kung sa imong role diya sa inyong grupo. And then the last one is, the participants become reflective learners as they analyze the outcomes they achieve and how will they grow and how will the group function. So, at this part is, dapat ang mga students will become a reflective one. So, after ma-receive sa mga students ang feedbacks gikas sa ilang teachers is, or kung after mahuman sa mga students sa ilang activities is dapat ilang reflect bitaw ilang personal or ilang individual nga ilang reflect ang ilang individual nga or even ang ilang group performance para mas mabala nila kung asa sila na mali, asa sila na sakto, asa po ang area nga need of improvements. So in that ways, ma-define or ma-identify sa mga students kung asa kung saan nila mga strengths and weaknesses. So sometimes, and now, here are some advantages of cooperative learning. So, can you read this, the first study?
Cooperative learning is very personal and can be used in all subject areas at all levels of education. It is not required that the teacher will always employ it in class. The teacher needs to identify the best opportunity to apply it.
So, we all know, di ba nga, cooperative learning is very effective yun sa kasa nga subject areas ito. Sa kasa nga subject areas na ito siya, i-apply ko naman. Di ba, there are many teachers na they use cooperative learning as their teaching strategy. But this sa tanan activity is applicable na cooperative learning because there are some mga activities niya nga nag-require na yun siya kanang individual performance. For example, kanang mga quizzes, sa kanang mga sa exams, di ba? That is an individual performance sa mga students. So, lala sa, it depends on the teachers kung asa niya gamiton, kung asa niya appropriate gamiton ng cooperative learning na strategy. So, here are some examples of advantages of cooperative learning. So, the first is, having the students work together results in more learning than when the students work alone individually or individually. Johnson and Johnson in 1986. So, as it stated there, so it says that when the students are working together as a group, it can lead to a better learning. It can lead to a better learning rather than working alone. So we all know that cooperative learning is it is a collaborative activities. It is a collaborative activities in which mag-require siya o ganang cooperation sa matang in which mag-require siya cooperation sa matang members sa grupo. And then in that way is it helps students can learn in their own way and also it helps students learn in their own way and also it helps students learn in others. Diba? Kaya because parang natin yung activities sa isa mag-share silang ideas, ang isa po mag-share silang ideas, at hindi ikaw po mismo mag-share po sa imong thoughts and ideas. That's why using cooperative learning is can lead into a better learning. So, second is, it teaches the students to be less reliant on the teacher and more reliant on their own ability to seek information from other sources and to learn from other students. So, di ba, kining cooperative learning is, it is a student-centered strategy. In which ang role ng sa teacher ani nga strategy is ang facilitator o kanang mag-guide siya pa sa mga students. So that's why in that way is dili magsalig bitaw ang mga students bitaw sa dili magsalig ang mga students bitaw sa mga teachers. Because sila naman mismo ang mangitag pamahagi o sila na mismo ang mangitag ulit kung saan nila pag-solve din ang particular issue, kung saan nila pagpagitag mga information sa mga sources nila. So, cooperative learning, it teaches the students to be less reliant on the teacher, or it teaches the students to be an independent learner. Done?
Yes.
So the third one is, it ensures that all the students are socially independent in terms of positive relationships, and this can reduce antisocial behavior like bullying. So cooperative learning get the students engage in positive relationships because giving cooperative learning it is a social activities that require communication sa matag members sa kanang grupo. That's why ma-develop nila social skills sa mga students. That's why ma-develop nila social skills sa mga students. Dili ba sugod nga mga barkada, mga amigota, and then by that is ma-reduce ang antisocial behavior like bullying or mga discrimination. But always remember that these benefits do not occur rapidly. So dili ingon nga gigamit nimo ning cooperative learning strategy karon yung klase is kini nga mga benefits o kini nga mga positive attributes imo ning makuha. So kini nga mga benefits is depende siya sa mga estudyante, they are really engaged yun sa mga activities nila, di ba? So, consequently, given the 2019 risk considerations with using cooperative learning. So, when using cooperative learning, there are some considerations suggested by the 2009. So, the first is use cooperative learning if and do not use cooperative learning if. So, the first one is use cooperative learning if you want to encourage the learners to build up their social skills while learning academic content. So, if you want to help your students develop their social skills while learning academic content, you can use cooperative learning. Because cooperative learning is it's not another second, it is a social activity that requires communication and collaboration among the students. And that's why they can develop their social skills or communication skills while learning academic content. The second one is use cooperative learning if one students develop their ability to learn collaboratively. So we all know cooperative learning is collaborative activities in which it requires cooperation and collaboration among the students. So if you want the students to develop their abilities such as mga abilities dito academic communication skills. So if you want to develop the communication skills of the students, so in a collaborative way, so you can use cooperative learning in which the students can share and express their own ideas and mga thoughts nila. And then the last one is, please read the last one.
Use cooperative learning if the learning task is too big for individual students to undertake.
So, kung pananaw nimo nga, kining activity is bugat siya para sa isang estudyante. O dili kaya sa isang estudyante, dili na mo gamit o cooperative learning. In which nga, mas bawasan dito ang burden sa isang estudyante because nagana naman sila ng pagkakos sa activity. And then the second one is, do not use cooperative learning if the students do not have the basic skills required for collaboration and teamwork. So my question is, what are the basic skills that are required for collaboration and teamwork? Basic skills na mga communication skills ba? Muna yung mga basic skills na required para sa mga collaboration. So one example sa basic skills na required for collaboration and teamwork is going to become communication skills o galing accountability. So sa accountability, kung pananaw mo mga estudyante is they have poor communication skills. So do not use cooperative learning. Kung hindi sila mga estudyante is they have poor communication skills. And then sa accountability, just like for what I've said kayo accountability o kanang being accountable is kaya bitaw kung kay mga task na mo is you are responsible of doing your job or task. So kung pananaw mo kanya mga estudyante is hindi sila accountable, so do not use cooperative learning. And then the last one is, please read the last one.
Do not use cooperative learning if there is insufficient time for the students to collaboratively investigate, discuss, and think about the things you want them to learn.
So di ba, paglo naman kita nga, sa mga elementary stories or sa mga elementary videos is 45 minutes na yun ang time na natin na hinahapan sa amin. Tapos makatag na sa So kung muna namin kung kini nga particular activity is kung applyan nimo niyo cooperative learning is mas mataas pa siya, they do not use the cooperative learning because kini gubura man gid ang time dito sa mga students magbuhat sa mga activities. So kung muna namin kung kini activity is taas siya, so do not use cooperative learning. So those are the considerations that suggested by kini 2010 using cooperative learning. So nasabtan? And now, these are the steps or the procedures how to use cooperative learning as a strategy in class. So, generally, the teacher needs to prepare the following according to Killing 2009. So, give the students guidance and practice in helping one another. So, in this practice, as a teacher, ano na yung tawag mga teacher na tribalik. So, as a teacher is, in this practice, hindi na mga tawag mga directions, mga instructions bitaw, o kung sa ilang buhaton, sa ilang grupo para makalearn sila. And then, decide what content the students will focus on as they try to achieve the outcomes. So, at this time na po, hindi na ka maghatag. So, after hindi mo nga makatag ng instruction, hindi na ka maghatag o ka nang itaw, topic ba, topic. O ka ng content, o ka ng issue nga, gusto niyo may masolve sila mga estudyante. And then, prepare the materials. No? So, ang kasagaran nyo sa science is experimentation mag ito. Dili kita na. Kasagaran lang sa science is experimentation. So, prepare the materials. So, kung experimentation ang inyong activities, you can prepare ka ng mga aparatos, ng mga gloves nila na dito. Kung isasali lang. And then, decide how to form the group. So, hindi na ako mag-decide kung saan ko pagbuo ang kada grupo. Kung either ka na randomize ba ang pag-pili sa kada grupo, o kung selected ba hindi. And then, dito ka sa decide how to form the groups is, decide mo ka kung pila ka group members sa kada grupo para ma-maximize na mabitaw ang population sa students. And then the last, next, prepare appropriate assessment instruments so that the students will be able to demonstrate their mastery and potential of academic content and skills after the cooperative works have completed their work. So, except for what I've said later, so, just like for what I've said later, ikaw na mismo mag-provide o mag-prepare sa mga materials. Diba? So, you can prepare appropriate assessment instruments. So, when we say instruments, these are the tools that being used. So, ikaw ang teacher, ikaw na mismo mag-provide ng mga tools o instruments para ang mga estudyante na sila'y magamit during and after the experimental activities. So, after the experiment is para na sila'y magamit dito sa pag-demonstrate or pag-present sa ilang activities na. And then the last one is, plan a period of reflection so that after the groups have completed their tasks, and receive their feedback, so this can analyze their materials and their group classes. So, after hindi mo mahatag, so as a teacher, di ba, after hindi mo mahatag ang feedback sa kada grupo is, kaano mo silang time dito na mag-reflect dito sa ilang, either sa ilang individual performance or sa ilang group performance. So, by this is, ma-identify sa kada grupo kung asa sila na mali, asa sila na tama, asa na yun lang, yung nila improvements. Next one is implementing cooperative learning. So, teacher is expected to plan, manage, and monitor the learning environment so that the students can maximize learning together as a team. So, after doing the suggested steps for preparation, so these are the suggested steps for preparation. So after doing the suggested steps for preparation, the teacher can proceed in the following according to Killing 2009. So now, ang motto sa teacher is assign the students in groups. So dili na ang mga students, so dili na ang teacher yan i-assign o yan ang i-arrange ang students as a group. Yan ang ipang-divide ang students. And then explain clearly the outcomes that the students are to achieve and provide clear directions about the academic tasks that each group will take in the reading. So at this time po, as a teacher, is really na ka maghatag ko ng direct instructions o kanang itong mga directions ko kung saan sa mga kada-group o kung saan sa mga students ang pag-iwo ng activities. And then, the third one is explain how the learning of individual students will be assessed. So, wala pa magsugod ang activities, i-more explain sa mga students kung saan ikaw pag-assess ang individual performance sa mga students. So, dili ikaw na by group of activities is mag-base lang ang pag-assess sa performance sa group performance sa isang students. So, kapatay mga ito, sa itong activities, sa ito ang activity nga dapat sa service.
Doye.
Interview tayo daw. So katong printed nga mga itong printed details so katong mga informations na itong nakuha sa interviews. How to ako ang group performance. And then atong individual performance is di ba nag-randomize select na zero ka na mga ka-students na mag-prepare bitaw. So mo pa pamagi ni sir para ma-assist niya ang individual performance sa mga students. And then katong nabilin nga mga wala pa present siya kung iba ask mga questions. And then provides the students with resources necessary. So wala akong i-order na ako necessary nga magamit og mga materials sa experimental activities. Ikaw ang teacher is ikaw na mismo ang mag-provide, ikaw na mismo ang mag-prepare sa mga materials kailangan. And then remind the students how long they have for the cooperative learning and get them started. So sa wala pa magsugod activities, magkatagdag ka time management dito kung asa na tama ang mga activities. So dapat i-measure po nimo kung sa kalisod o i-measure nimo kung bisa complexity dito sa isang activity. So kung pamilya nimo kini activities, kung sure lang siya 20 minutes, so mo hatag ang time allotment sa mga students within 20 minutes para ma-consume nila o para ma-maximize nila ang imuhang para ma-maximize nila ang oras nga ihatag. Dapat ihatag mo siya sa walang pinagsabi na activity. And then, move around, visit each group to provide assistance and monitor the activities under the of the students. So, di ba, ang role lang sa students dito sa cooperative learning is facilitator lang siya o kanang lang o mag-guide lang sa mga students. So, while doing the activities, imong i-visit ang kada grupo ito, i-visit nimo sila, then imong i-assist kung yun sa nila undergo sa mga process sa pagbuhat sa activities. And then kung napansin ng mga mali, so you can create give assistance or provide assistance bitaw para matama itong mga mga processes nga ilang ibang buhat. And the last one is, evaluate the student achievements and help them assess how will they collaborate with one another. So, after na mahuman ang mga kada grupo sa activities, imo silang i-evaluate individually, how will they are collaborating with one another. So, imo silang evaluate ang ilang individual performance and then also, imo pong i-evaluate kung unsa bitaw contribute sa matag grupo sa matag membro sa isang grupo. Kung hindi ba nga member is nabali siya nag-contribute o nabali siya na nahatag o natabang sa isang grupo. Nasabta na ang kwan, limited cooperative learning and custom settings. So that's all I think. Any questions?